The air on Halloween night always has that special kind of magic, doesn't it? A crisp chill that makes you pull your jacket tighter, the scent of fallen leaves and distant bonfires. For me and my friends, Liam, Chloe, and Noah, it was the perfect night for an adventure. We were done with the trick-or-treating scene, and the local parties felt stale. We craved something real, something with a story. That's how we found ourselves standing before the old Blackwood house. Looming at the edge of town, skeletal trees clawing at the sky around it, the house was a local legend. They said a witch named Elara was executed on the property centuries ago, and her spirit was forever bound to the land. Most people dismissed it as a ghost story to scare kids. We, in our infinite teenage wisdom, saw it as a challenge. "You sure about this, Maya?" Chloe asked, her voice a little shaky, pulling her cat ear headband down over her forehead. Liam, ever the brave leader, scoffed. "Don't back out now, Chloe. It's just an old house." He pushed open the groaning iron gate, the sound echoing in the unnerving silence. Noah, quiet as always, just adjusted his camera, ready to document our bravery. The front door was unlocked, as if inviting us in. The moment we stepped across the threshold, a gust of wind slammed it shut behind us, plunging us into near-total darkness. A collective gasp, a nervous laugh from Liam. "Guess we're committed now," he said, his voice a little less confident than before. The air inside was thick and musty, heavy with the smell of decay and something else. Something faintly floral, like dried herbs. Dust motes danced in the beams of our flashlights, illuminating peeling wallpaper and furniture draped in white shrouds, like ghostly figures waiting for our arrival. It was exactly the kind of spooky we'd been hoping for. We started exploring, our footsteps echoing on the creaking floorboards. The ground floor was standard haunted house fare, a grand but decaying living room with a massive cold fireplace, a dining room with a long table set for a feast that never happened. But the feeling of being watched was undeniable. Every shadow seemed to shift. Every creak of the house sounded like a whisper. "Did you guys hear that?" Noah whispered, lowering his camera. We all froze. A faint melody, like a lullaby being hummed, seemed to drift down from the floor above. Curiosity, or maybe just sheer stupidity, pulled us towards the grand staircase. Upstairs, the feeling of dread intensified. The hallway was lined with portraits, their eyes seeming to follow our every move. The humming grew louder, leading us to a room at the very end of the hall. The door was slightly ajar. Liam, taking a deep breath, pushed it open. Inside was what looked like an old study. Bookshelves overflowed with ancient-looking tomes, and a small, simple desk sat in the center. On the desk, a single, leather-bound diary lay open. It was the source of the humming. Or rather, the humming was coming from it. "No way," Chloe breathed, inching closer. The script was elegant, faded but still legible. As Liam shone his light on the page, the humming stopped. The open page read, "Let their secrets be their chains. Let their fears be my domain. By midnight's chime, their time is sealed, unless the hidden truth is revealed." A cold dread washed over me, far colder than the autumn air outside. This wasn't a game. We'd stumbled into something real. Before any of us could react, the door slammed shut. We were trapped. The air grew impossibly cold, and a woman's whisper echoed around us. "Welcome," panic set in. Liam wrenched at the doorknob, but it wouldn't budge. "It's locked," he yelled, his voice cracking. Chloe started to hyperventilate, and even Noah looked pale. Suddenly, the room began to change. The walls seemed to melt away, replaced by the familiar scene of our high school hallway. A group of jocks were cornering a younger kid, and leading them was Liam. He wasn't just watching. He was laughing, pushing the kid back when he tried to leave. "Liam, what is this?" Chloe asked, horrified. Liam couldn't look at us. "It was years ago," he stammered. "I was an idiot. I just wanted to fit in." The spectral voice whispered again, "Secrets are heavy burdens." As Liam finally choked out a genuine, "I'm sorry," I was a coward. The illusion shattered, and we were back in the study. The diary on the desk flipped to a new page, and a single name was crossed out. Liam. We understood then. The curse. It was feeding on our secrets, forcing us to confess. One by one, the house turned on us. For Chloe, the room became her bedroom, her laptop screen glowing. We saw messages she'd sent, spreading a rumor about her best friend out of jealousy. Tears streamed down her face as she admitted it, her voice thick with shame. I was so envious of her. I wanted people to pay attention to me for once. The moment she owned her actions, her name was crossed out in the book. Then it was Noah's turn. The room transformed into an art gallery. On the walls hung his stunning photographs, but next to them were the originals taken by someone else. He had been passing them off as his own to win a competition. I was never good enough on my own, he confessed. His head hung low. I just wanted to feel what it was like to be praised. And just like that, his name was struck from the page. Finally, it was my turn. My heart pounded in my chest. What was my darkest secret? The room shifted into my childhood home. I saw myself a little girl, playing with my brother's favorite model airplane. I saw it slip from my hands, saw it shatter on the floor, and then I saw myself carefully placing the broken pieces under his bed, letting him take the blame when our parents found it. I'd never told him the truth. He cried for a week, I whispered, the guilt as fresh as it was that day. And I never said a word. I let him think he was careless. I let him carry that. As the words left my lips, a profound sense of release washed over me. The final name, Maya, was crossed out in the book. The instant my name was marked, the locked door of the study creaked open. The humming was gone. The oppressive atmosphere had lifted, replaced by the simple, musty smell of an old, empty house. We didn't hesitate. We scrambled out of the room, down the stairs, and burst out the front door into the pre-dawn light. We never looked back. We walked home in silence, the weight of our confessions hanging between us, but it was a different kind of weight. It wasn't the burden of a secret, but the quiet understanding of shared vulnerability. We had faced the witch of Blackwood House, but the real ghosts we confronted were our own. The curse didn't want our lives. It wanted our truth. And in that haunted house, on that unforgettable Halloween night, we gave it what it wanted, and in doing so, we set ourselves free. Thanks for sticking with me through that spooky tale. If you enjoyed our harrowing adventure, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from the shadows. Stay safe out there and be careful which doors you open.